And we're live.
Woohoo!
Hello, hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to the MARZ live stream. Today we're going to be continuing our exciting adventure that we started last week with our audio-visual combination project here. So, yeah, for those of you that weren't turned in, I guess we'll do a quick refresher on what we were doing.
Yeah.
So let me.
A while back, Jay started making making a 3D model of me.
Oh yeah.
That he did a funny animation to some music that I made on the stream a while back, and then we were talking about doing like a little collaborative audio animation thing, and our idea was to have a little mini choreographed fight scene. So is that?
That's exactly. So I've got it up here on the screen. Corey can't see what I've got up right now, but he can see the Blender window. Essentially, now it's going to be kind of loud. Let me turn this down for you guys here, just so you don't have to hear it too loudly. But Corey made a little music piece and comboed it together at the very end of the stream last week, and got to put it all together. So give you a little bit of it. So this is the animation so far from. Let's get it from the actual camera view. So there's a few, we got to make some adjustments to the timing, but this was the beginning of it. So I was just about to render out essentially like a previs sort of thing, a preview, render, animation. Even though it's far from finished, I sort of have the timing in here that I want, so that I could send it over to Corey and he could put it into Ableton and actually like, because you can have like a video source in Ableton, right, where you can then use as a reference. So just to show you all how to do that real quick, I had to go refresh myself because I hadn't actually used this feature in a while. But you want to make sure at first in Blender here that you change your output settings. Of course, is the same as if you were rendering any kind of animation. Over here in the render properties or the output properties panel, you've got output. You can change where it saves to and your file format and all that good stuff. So make sure to change that. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a bunch of still shots in your temp folder, and that's never fun. So I'm going to keep the length of this the same that you had it.
Cool.
I don't know, unless you feel like it needs to go a little bit longer. They just like...
Yeah.
They have... Like, there's still a lot of time here. Yeah, we could totally...
Yeah, like... maybe it would be nice to get the previous thing, but I'm almost feeling like you're like. So the issue we're having right now, everyone, is that our two things have two different timings. Mm-hmm. My audio gets to the point a lot faster than the animation does, and so we have a choice to make of like, do we choose one and work from that? Or do we choose the other and work from that? Or do we meet in the middle? We have all of those things are options, right? And so I think what we're leaning towards is me changing the audio to better fit the animation, right?
I think as long as, I mean, do you feel like because we could change the pacing of this intro. It might be a little bit.
It's...
Because I could do some slight adjustments. I think just like a little bit longer on the intro here.
Yeah, it feels to me like I don't know if people can see me snapping along to that. I'm counting the beats of music that go by before the action kicks in, and so I hear like the way my project is set up is that there's 2 bars or 8 beats before the like downbeat of the main section of the music. But I'm feeling like watching your animation. We could add an extra bar, extra 4 beats. So you count along with me if you want. Like if you play, like count to 12, right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Right there.
Right? And so then you're pretty much there.
Okay.
So I think like you could send that to me if you wanted.
Yeah, let me just show everybody how to do this if you wanted to. So you could also change, of course, your resolution up here. So maybe I only want it to be like half of that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That way it's not a super huge file. And these tend to be pretty small. You can also, so when I render this, it's going to render out exactly what it sees. So including all the like widgets and things, all the control points. So if I were to just like render, actually it's in view, and right here underneath view. So if I did a viewport image, you'll see that it comes with all all that stuff. So you can turn that off if you just turn off this little frame, this toggle right here, and this has all that stuff. You could turn it off individually if you wanted, but that button just turns it all off.
Cool.
So now I can just go to, it's under View and View Port Render Animation, and this should be pretty quick. Actually, I want to bring this back a little bit. We don't need that many frames. We can make our end frame more in line with.
Yeah.
So what's this, 13 seconds? So we can actually do some math here. If it's 24, you can do math right in the, you get exactly the number of frames. Actually, that must have been wrong.
Yeah, my audio ends at about 12 and a half seconds.
12
and so we're going to add, and like the amount of time we're about to add is,
13.
We're going to add 2.6 seconds. So
okay. Let's see why did I do something wrong? 24. Huh. No? Oh, frame rate is at 30. It's not at 24. I must have changed it.
Huh.
So it's 30 times 13. There we go. That's what I wanted. So, nice little feature that you could just do math right in the.
That's super
convenient.
convenient.
So,
I love that.
yeah, very convenient. So now I could go back up here to view, viewport, render animation, and then it will just go through the animation pretty much real time and render that out for you. So pretty handy.
Does it in nice real time.
Mm-hmm, pretty much. There we go. I don't know, I'll probably be, there'll be a few more pieces of action after this. So if we decide to add some like sound effects to like the slapping, I don't know, I figured he's rearing up for a good old slap to the face, so maybe we could add some. Okay, so that should be done. How to send it?
How big is the file? I guess that's the question here.
Stop. It's a meg.
You could probably just send it to me on Discord.
I think. Yep. Yeah, which is super nice. I mean, it's helps to.
That's a
pretty small file.
That's a surprisingly. I'm surprised it got that small.
Okay.
Sent.
Let me. Of course, Nitro is cheaper. Yay.
Hooray.
Corey. 1 second, guys. Let me send this over. There it is. Processing, sending. Yeah, cool. That went through.
Boop. Download.
Okay, so now that that's done, I think Corey's gonna probably take over doing, if you want to make those edits, I'll switch to our 4-shot here. I really need to figure out a way to make this look better.
Sweet. Oh yeah. Oh, cool. I might need to switch. You probably can't see the video window, can you?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to switch. Let me toggle that over on the NDI. So, how about now?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, I love this feature. Ableton is a very crude, has very crude video playback and editing capabilities, but it's really handy sometimes. So Jay very kindly sent me this without any audio. I appreciate that. So it's very easy to manipulate.
Oh yeah, so that's another thing you have to change. You have to go and like set your audio codec, otherwise it doesn't have any audio.
Yeah.
So
totally, which I'm thankful for here because it's just extra. I would just mute it.
Right. Yeah.
There's no. I mean, one reason that like in a workflow situation like this, one reason maybe to send the audio with it is just to like, as a safety check of like making sure that you're thinking about the same stuff, that this was cut to what you think it's cut to and stuff. I mean, obviously we know what's going on here right now, but like for like just like good project management habits, like it's probably not a terrible idea to bake in the audio here, because again, we can always just mute the track. It's no big deal. But anyways, so now we get a little visualization during playback, and this should work just normally. Yeah. It's like they're fighting inside Ableton.
Yeah, the color matches almost.
It really does. It really does. That's pretty funny.
See if I can get this where we don't overlap.
Okay, so the vibe is that we're gonna add an extra bar, is what I said, right? So like the simplest thing I could do is just let these like. Oh, that duplicated the video too. That did something very weird. It's gonna be strange.
That should work for everybody, hopefully. Cool.
Yeah, that's way cooler, I think. I definitely think you're gonna want to retime these cuts. Are you seeing my screen, Jay?
Yeah, a little bit. It's small, but
sure. Here, let me maximize this a bit more. Just like, so what I did is I just duplicated the first bar and took out the beginning guitar chords. So now there'll be this like, we'll have just like that synth by itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It gives it a bit more time. I can speed that, like I can make those a little bit shorter.
Totally. And I think if you just like go and change some of those camera cuts to be more like when at some rhythmic moments in the music,
Right.
I think it'll be really effective.
Okay.
But yeah, so you'll have that to work with now. So one thought I'm having is like we could like fade that intro in a little bit, which I think could be kind of cool. Or I like to try like opening up a filter instead of doing that pretty much whenever possible, because like it's just more exciting sounding. Mm-hmm. Just like this kind of thing, just like have it open up over.
Let's see, thinking about how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start with.
Cool, yeah.
Nice.
Fun, yeah. I forgot.
That sounds
Makes
like
me laugh every time.
it sounds like a little like you know they do those things at the end of like cartoon shows where you've got like the
I know exactly what you're talking about. Little like audio like logos, right?
yeah exactly.
Totally. Yeah. My understanding is that was stuck in. That's a sample from Mortal Kombat, as probably y'all know. It's one of the programmers who they stuck it in there as a joke. But it was like super memorable. I always thought he was saying whoopsie or something. I never really caught what he was saying when I played the game as a kid, but this cracks me up now. Hey, let's like beef up this intro too. Like
I want that to hold there.
that's kind of fun. I never do this kind of like metal stuff.
Step.
Okay, so that intro feels more like musical to me. Get the drums involved.
Yeah, nice.
So we want to move those screams then earlier too. That was your big thing, right? Let's do
Oh yeah, or a little later.
later, huh?
Right, yeah, when they're coming at each other, like that's the
Yeah, so
this turn looks absolutely terrible.
so like from here, Jay, like are you thinking like when it cuts to the wide shot?
Yeah. That's their like war cries as they're running at each other, which is exactly the part I'm kind of blocking out now.
How's that timing? Like
Nice. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm almost like I'm feeling pretty good about this music. Like it's totally ridiculous sounding, but it's fun. And I'm almost like I want to like get some like punching sound effects together.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that's where I should be at. Do you want me to send you this audio back? Are you ready?
For now, I think it's okay because I'll just be like, I don't think is this. I don't think you guys can hear that. No, not when I'm. It's a little bit weird right now, so don't.
Replay that again.
Yeah. Little shuffle with his feet.
Capture that.
Yeah, I'll just turn that off on my end. That way you guys don't have to listen to it over and over again. Yeah, just so since I'm just doing the basic, I'm not doing really any timing right now, so it should be okay. We can wait a little bit before sending it over. We'll do the same as we did last time and add it right at the end. I want to kind of clear the footsteps here. This is so if he turns and pushes off. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty funny for a hot second. Little feet shuffle. That foot needs to really. This is probably the biggest thing that I struggle with in animation is just doing like leg movement. I don't know why it's so weird. It's one of those things that's like is really difficult to do without a reference. So if I was like, I would definitely recommend if you were gonna do something like this in order to speed up the process, just like record yourself doing this, like turning it around and trying to run and like get into that run. Because there's a lot that goes into that. There's so many moving parts to our bodies that it's like, with all the momentum and balance and everything like that to get it to look right, is those are some good sound effects.
Yes, you got your NES, or these are probably Super Nintendo samples. This is from Streets of Rage. Is that where our screams are from Ocarina of Time, actually.
Oh yeah.
That's Dark Link. See if I can find any. I have some like probably very poorly labeled samples in here. I apologize. I'm gonna turn my Q volume down so I don't drive everyone nuts.
Look, they're meatballs.
What was that?
This is an unlabeled Earthworm Jim sample pack. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, these sounds really take me back.
Let's see if I can.
Oh my gosh, did you play this game, Jay?
Not really. It was not one that I.
Oh man, this sound is like an injury sound. It's like a proto Homer kind of vibe.
Groovy. And this is quite the pose.
This is like a treasure trove of just cartoon sound effects. It's really great. Like that's a good punch.
Lead into that. See, whether or not he would balance in this pose is like, probably not, but plus that leg is like, what is happening?
Pull out some punches and some yells.
It's not too bad. Well, I want that foot to stay. So like planting the feet is one of those things that like keeping them from sliding is can be very challenging depending on how you're trying to animate. But like doing it this way and locking them in place, just all I'm doing is setting the foot, like planting it somewhere and then duplicating that frame across so you can see where it's held right here. So I know that the foot's not going to move. I know that sliding, that pivoting on the foot is not. Although, I mean, people can do that. You can totally pivot on your heel like that. So maybe I'll just like give him a little bit of like he's getting up on the heel of his foot right there. Oh, yeah. And then just pushing off with that back leg. So this needs to be like stretched out. There we go. Whoops. Make sure I'm on the right frame. He's really pushing off that foot. And then here he probably, this is sort of a weird pose because he's trying to duck down. But really I should have a reference. I'm kind of breaking my own rule here, but let's see where that takes me. At least to where he's like, see, I'm watching for the knees to kind of lock too. Good, welcome to the stream. Glad somebody's out there watching.
Who's there?
We got, here, I want to be able to share you this chat without it like being on. We'll almost need another screen for you.
I know, right? It's okay.
But let's see. Yeah, I wish there was a way. We almost need two. It's harder when Corey's got like when he's watching me do stuff too.
Yeah.
Because then
it's not just a monitor for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry I can't see who's there, but welcome, whoever you are, kind stranger. Stay a while and listen.
So let's see.
Oh man, I don't know if I find some Diablo samples.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about skill trees earlier today. If anybody out there's played Path of Exile, they know exactly what we were talking about. Let's see. So I want this to hold longer, but kind of there's a heel bone, but I didn't take the time to fix this model. I guess it makes sense with Crocs that your like heels come out of the back of the Croc, but it would bend a little bit because there is that the strap that holds in the shoe, but like it's a little bit funny. So this foot would have to like, if he's planted this back foot, but where? So he brings it out.
Man, I don't see a lot of like impact sounds. It's so interesting.
What game are you looking at now? More Diablo?
No, this is Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
I don't actually have any Diablo samples. It's just
Do the same with this shoe here.
it's not a lot of punching in that game, huh?
Can you even attack without a weapon?
No, I don't think so. But I'm not hearing. I'm like, where are the weapon sounds? Did I not grab those somehow? I'm seeing like, it's getting. I don't know if anyone's paying attention to my screen over here, but it's getting crazy granular. Here, let's use that Octorok sound to add some tension. We'll use it. This will like be like a riser. I'll reverse it and fade it in. And that'll be like a sort of like a little. That's Jay's. Here's mine.
What was that? Oh, maybe you're still hearing my. Hold on.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was really cool.
There you go.
It was pretty quiet, but it was neat sounding.
Well, that was cool.
Just add some tension, you know. Let's warp it and put it in complex mode and extend it.
Like a jet engine turning up.
Yeah, it's like
spinning up the jet engine.
Yeah, power levels increasing and all that. So I gotta get organized over here. This is getting ridiculous. So here's like here's everything that I got so far. I can group that.
Let's see how
Wait, well that didn't work. I just ended up grouping just the one track. I wanted to group all of them.
Sort of an impact here. You want to keep that.
Are you gonna try and get them to like come together at a certain moment or anything?
Yeah, that's.
You want them to like hit each other at that downbeat? Like,
yeah, that would probably work.
it's pretty.
That